Good afternoon, folks. Currently, this is the lighting process that we are recording. Right here, we see a largely finished render of the background. There aren't any God rays or anything yet because we haven't quite found that out yet, but this is the closest we're going to get on the 3D side until we have a little bit more information later on. So I'll be able to lock in on certain things. We have our rock formations, of course, as well as all of our eggs here. Each egg has a mesh light around it, which is why you see the very odd naming convention. We had to import all of these. Excuse me. We had to import all of these separately in order for the mesh light to come in correctly. The mesh light also had to be decreased at some point from 10 to 7.5 exposure due to how much it was affecting the stones themselves. However, I'm sure the egg light will be fixed a little bit to be more in range of its correct size as well as its correct lighting. As you can see, the lighting of these eggs is messing with our edges, which is making them glow and everything. It's a very nice look that we got going so far. And let's go ahead and start looking at our lights as well. We have two sky domes at the moment. One of them is our color sky dome. This is putting in the colors we need for the overall ocean background. Hopefully we'll figure out a better way to do this than another sky dome. But for now, this is our way of getting those colors right. And this one is the one that's actually putting in the lighting on our rocks. It's a darker color so that we can get the tone shading on each of these correct without blasting them with the teals that come from the other sky dome that we have over here. Now the other ones we have is this spotlight, which is our main directional light for where all the light is coming from. This helps put in the base of where all the shell shading is, as well as make sure everything is lit so that we can see the overall look. Lastly is the acoustic, which puts down the base of our water formations down. Hopefully this will be animated in later production so that it'll start moving. But with this, we have the base of how we want it. We can actually look and see into the acoustic light shape. We can see that is the color a light blue at the moment. And under Arnold, you can see that we have a gobo layer doing. This is what's placing the acoustic down. Click on it, click on the slide map, and you can see we indeed have our texture right here. You can probably look in. As you can see, I just realized I accidentally had the wrong acoustic down. The right acoustic we're supposed to have is this one. This is the one we're going to have animated for the scene. So I'm going to go ahead and switch that out. And then as you can see, it looks a lot more like how it's supposed to be, though eventually we will have this a little bit more tuned out since we currently have little mishaps in the texture already. This is because we had to also make it bigger. We had to repeat the UVs by 5 in order to get the overall coverage that we wanted on these. Eventually, this will be fine-tuned a bit more to get the right look we're going for, but due to the amount of time we have, we can't quite do that yet. Now, the last thing that you can see in this is actually our AI fog, which if you go to render settings, go under Arnold Render, Environment, and Atmosphere, you will see AI fog under here. This is when you click on this thing and add AI fog. This is currently what's creating the depth in the scene. One would usually use atmospheric perspective. However, with the amount of lights we have going on, it does not quite look right with it. So, this is all of what we have so far on the 3D aspects of the background. As you can see right now, our eggs are a little bit dampened due to needing it to not affect the rocks too much with their light. So later on, we will be coating these in another glow layer in 2D After Effects. We'll be adding God rays eventually as well to get those situated, as well as the acoustics on the top of the water later on. This will most likely be done with animations made so that we can spread them across each scene with little difficulty, hopefully. And yeah, once this is rendered, this will be our next style board process section. Hopefully, I believe maybe the acoustic light needs to be brought down a little bit due to its exceptionally large exposure. However, not too much as to where it disappears. Takes a little while for it to load, but I think we got it to a little bit more of where we want it to where the main squiggles of light are up here, while it gets a little harder for the squiggles to come down here.